One of America's oldest traditions, going to the circus.
That's right. The world's largest circus, Ringling Brothers, is playing in Pittsburgh this week. But a Team 4 investigation has uncovered a secret side to the circus, a story of spy versus spy. Investigative reporter Jim Parsons is here now with the story. Jim.
Well, Mike, we already know that animal rights groups will go to great lengths to get evidence showing circuses abusing animals. But only now is it becoming clear how far the circus will go in a counterattack. They are painful images to watch. Circus employees beating, chaining, teasing one of the most majestic creatures on earth, the elephant. And they are images that are routinely supplied to the media by animal rights activists, groups like PETA.
Here you have the most despicable form of cruelty going on for no other reason than to make a buck, than to turn a profit. And that's what the circus is. And we're devoted to stopping it.
One of the ways they try to stop it is to cultivate sympathetic circus employees who agree to get video in places you wouldn't normally see, like inside a cramped train car or the basement of an arena. They are circus spies, and Team 4 has discovered that the trend cuts both ways.
I tried to make it look like I was friendly with some of them at some point, but at the same time I was gathering the information.
For 10 years, Steve Kendall of Scott Township spied on animal rights groups for Ringling Brothers and other circuses. He's now writing a tell-all book.
I have a number of individuals that are directly inside animal rights groups. Some of them may be out there protesting.
You're talking about double agents?
They are individuals that obviously I have to pay to gather information from.
Wait a minute, you pay people to infiltrate animal activist groups?
Yes, I have.
Kendall claims Ringling Brothers actually created an espionage unit. He's not exaggerating. An overseer of that unit was Claire E. George, an ex-CIA spy master who was convicted in the Iran-Contra scandal of the 1980s. A sworn affidavit from George appears in this lawsuit against Ringling, filed by a former company executive vice president. George testifies that one of his jobs at Ringling was to review surveillance of and efforts to counter the activities of various animal rights groups. One of those groups is the ASPCA, which recently filed a lawsuit against Ringling, alleging the circus abuses its elephants. Former Ringling elephant caretaker Tom Ryder joined in filing that lawsuit.
I would still be at Ringling today if it wasn't for the way they treated their elephants.
Ryder says he quit Ringling in 1999 because he saw abuse like this every day. A handler hitting an elephant with a bullhook in San Francisco's Cow Palace. The bullhook is a pole with a hook on the end of it. The circus industry says it's used only as a tool to guide elephants. But Ryder says he witnessed more than guiding.
And they take these hooks and give them to somebody with no experience, and they start dominating. They think, oh, this is a 10,000-pound elephant. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hook it.
Ryder, seen here with the broom in 1998, says he was not an animal rights spy when he worked in the circus. But now that he's out, he follows Ringling around the country to speak out against elephant abuse. He says his expenses are paid for by the ASPCA. Ryder came to Pittsburgh armed with this document, a criminal summons filed in California last summer against famed Ringling elephant handler Mark Oliver Gable. The charge, elephant abuse. And Ryder urged Team 4 to watch the Ringling Brothers train arrive in Pittsburgh earlier this week. We did. Sure enough, we saw this handler using his bullhook aggressively, hitting an elephant in the trunk and then the leg. He's the same handler who got a bullhook caught in an elephant's mouth in Tulsa last June.
That aggressiveness of taking a hook and jerking it real hard, that sinks the bullhook into the skin, which causes pain to an elephant.
We asked Ringling about this. They say what you're seeing right now doesn't happen.
We don't do that. It's not part of our practice. Our practice is just to use it as a positive reinforcement to show them and to help guide them in the activities that we need them to do.
It's a public relations war for the hearts and minds of circus goers. And with Ringling alone taking in more than $200 million a year, the stakes are high.
Well, why do the circuses care about their protests? Why pay any attention at all? Why hire a guy like you to spy on them or to infiltrate them?
Well, because of the fact that they're a threat, it does cut into their pockets.
So who's winning the circus war? Ringling says business is booming, but we know the company had to cancel its stop in Wichita last summer because of a 2-year decline in attendance there. If you'd like to register your opinion on whether circuses should discontinue animal acts, log on to thepittsburghchannel.com. Jim Parsons, Channel 4 Action News.